Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Plight of Princes. We're a few bodies down. Gallivanting about a town has made people disperse, but we're hoping to get more people back in next week. Um, we're also going to have a little bit more of a different stream than usual because of our layout. We usually use Tiny Chat because we will take the assets, we'll put them up, we'll do all the lovely stuff, and then we handle it like that. But poor Blue has had to try and do Roll20's Tiny Chat equivalent live cam system with it.
Yeah, we're using Discord, and it looks lovely and sleek on your end, but I assure you on my end, it is not. My desktop is a real mess at the moment, but we're just gonna go on because nobody can see that. So yeah.
Ignore the man behind the mirror.
But now we have a nice slick black border instead of a white one. So yay.
We went night version on the night version, which is quite fitting because following last week's session where a great deal was discovered, um, different people were activating alongside different or the single spear that you had acquired from your time in Thunder Tree. You had encountered the King Solar Hallwilter in his very, 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 very tired state. And he gave out suggestions and advice to you all on how to handle some issues. The lady in red was spoken to in regards to elements involving these spires, and she asked for a map and she pointed out locations where she believes there might, at some point at very least, be or been some spires throughout the world that the party can go require or acquire. And from there, under blessings from Sildar, Legacy of the King and Queen of Neverwinter, while it is in great state of disrepair due to the Githyanki attack of recent days, it is yours to do with it as you will for the night. You may go out and have drunken revelry, you may play cards, you may have a quiet night reading, but the library is open to you, a lot of facilities are there. So, children, what would you like to do?
Uh, I'll start because King's is easy. She'll be going to the library to write down some spells, and I'll probably take the maids with me to, read some random, just, stave off the boredom.
They are going to be going through every romance novel they get their hands on, and nothing can change that.
Excellent.
It is literally just pass the novel down the line after they read it.
Good girls. Proud of them.
Blue's got tea.
That's funny enough. That's probably what Kika's doing.
Kika and Kayak went back to a room to rest up for the night, but Kayak wanted to go out for the evening to have fun.
And Kika was like, "Yeah, okay, you have fun. I'm just gonna stay here.
I'll let you know if anything happens, okay?
I hope
Nothing
happens.
will. Nothing will, aside from the imbibing of. No, I can't say that. The imbibing a drink. That's easier.
Just be careful, okay? You know to be careful."
I know to be careful about everything. I'll be back to you at some point, and if I'm not, I'll do my best to get a message sent that I'll at least be crashing in one place, and I'll make my way over in the morning.
Mm.
Okay, no matter what state I'm in, I will be back before dawn.
Look, if you trust me, I'll keep an eye on, alright?
Okay.
That was a horrible decision on your part, but we're going with it. You should never trust someone that looks like him.
But I trust someone who looks like us.
Ah.
We sparkle.
You sparkle, I glitter.
Meanwhile, one of the maids are saying,
Hell yeah, you
this
do.
book about vampires is crap. Don't bother.
Yes.
Wait, which one are you reading? No, go for the interview. Go for the interview. That's a classic. Go for that one.
Thank you.
Or get this one from Vaham Stockfit. That one's very good. A bit all over the place, but it's good.
King's like, what about vampires? They sparkle in this one. Oh, you're right. That is rubbish.
Yeah, just don't say that out loud
Messages.
too loud, because if you do, someone might actually show up and critique you. And you're not allowed to stake them in the heart, because they might not be a vampire. Wittick, you were gonna talk?
Uh, yeah. I'm going to go and try my hand at some cards. I believe. Apparently, it's something interesting you humans do.
I'm gonna try my hand
Other
to drink
creatures.
while you go to cards.
Poker, bridge.
That's all the kind
I
of card games you know, isn't it?
Strip poker, strip bridge.
We left you at the library!
That wasn't that
wow.
wasn't in character. Just thinking.
The one
Gin,
maid that had
rummy,
followed along the way.
solitaire.
Go fish.
Snap! No,
Kika's
Irish
really good
snap.
at Go Fish.
I used to play that in secondary school. I was surprisingly good at it.
You with your reaction speed, yeah.
I also,
I'll stick to
I also
blackjack.
drew blood once, but that's another story.
Surprising nobody. So then, Ollie, and what do you do whilst Wittig is like, I shall go and play cards?
Wow. I'm going to go join him, but proceed to drink as well because it's a night out, and I've already been pre-drinking.
Obvious.
So, these four essentially go out. Let's see, it's Wittig, Kairk, Low, and Serenus. So those lot, am I correct? Go out. King is in the library. Kika gets left back, probably back at the same place that Kirok rented out at some point. And besides just usual card games, which Wittick eventually, like you all find your way into the briny broomstick, and you begin. It's closer to the dock than it is anywhere else, and it's probably only because of the amount of activity, one of the most well kept ones on the dock area. Really hard not to say dockside, Blue. Blue is being handed biscuits by the servant in the tavern she's in right now, and Kika is now very happy. Foxy's biscuits. Yes,
Das.
Baroness.
Could we class this as a lads' night out?
Oh my god, it is!
It is a lad.
Lads.
No, I'm glad I'm not there.
Boys being boys.
Fucking lads' nights out in D&D.
Lads.
I tell you what, every boy give me a performance check.
Oh no.
I'll make Kairk do one too. Hey, Wittick did alright. Let me scroll down now to player characters.
Lads and bots.
Lads and bots. Yeah.
Serenus and loyalty with the +6.
Loyalty, the bard, meant to be good at performance. Did all right.
Dude,
Man,
he's just remembered he had his heart broken.
Yeah.
give him.
He's having that.
That's why we're having the lads' night out. Oh shit! I just threw my pen. Anyway,
Kairk rolled a 12, so he's not too far behind you, Lo. So guys, have you ever seen the thing where like four lads will get together, like they'll like come in sprawled together, and essentially like they'll link arms and they'll just fall backwards. So they're basically like just all their hips are like around each other, and just the legs are on the ground, walking like some kind of weird ass crab. That's you guys at about 2 a.m. Just lads.
It's just dudes being dudes.
Just
Was
like
better
guys
to be
being
some
guys.
Guys being dudes.
I forgot about someone. Cat will probably spend the night with Kika.
Thank you!
You're right, love.
Aw,
You're right, love.
sweet baby friend. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do what everybody else has been doing and like spend the evening like trying to teach it phrases.
You're right, love. Make an animal handling check.
I do not boast to be good at animal handling.
I didn't say you were good at it. I told you to roll it.
I did alright then.
Hey! What phrase do you attempt to teach it?
I start really basic and just be like, hello.
Hello?
And, like various, like you know the video of the girl with the giant raven on her hand, and she's like, "Can you say hello?" And the raven's like, "Hello." And then she goes, Can you say hi?" And it's like, "Hi." And just like, "Yay!"
Hi! Hi!
I would look for the video, but all this is happening.
You're right,
so-
love. You're right, love. You're right, love. Basically, just like boops you eventually on the beak. You're right, love.
I don't know.
You're right, love.
Just gives the bird scritches.
You are right, love.
Mm.
You can speak wind, but you can't speak bird.
I can speak Aarakocra, so technically I can speak a kind of bird.
Just because you can speak French does not mean you can speak Russian. Oh god, I'm just picturing a Slavic squad rave cat right now.
Slavic
Blit.
squats.
Blit.
To be fair,
Vodka.
it's a familiar. It understands what you're saying anyway. Just
Yeah.
didn't talk so well.
It's just the words. Throughout your nights, and by the way, especially you two, Wittig and Serenus, Wittig, you basically just clear card games. You just knock them out the park. You just have a whale of a time all night because you're the one person who's going, yes, this alcohol, delicious, and you're just pouring it in, and it's like just pouring into a tank. It's just no effect. It is just sitting there, and you just like have to go out sometimes and just pull a plunger back in.
Bro,
Um,
like that's free booze. I could just like funnel that out his ass. Just
That's
Not
what I'm gonna
at
become
two-
for fucking Serenus. I'm gonna be a fucking keg for him.
wait. Can I attempt to try and just funnel it out just occasionally? Just lean behind him and just like
Make an intelligence check.
I can only imagine he's just like, hey, hey, Wittek, can I get some beer? And it's just like, oh yeah, 1 second. Turns around, just has like a fucking like
Oh,
beer
wait,
tap.
sorry,
in his
hold
mouth.
on. Hold on.
No, that's okay. It's a save. It's pretty much the same. Serenus, you have the idea that the paladin who's been pissed off at some people being dumb lately is probably not the best person to try and do this to. Maybe another night.
How much have I had to drink, would you say?
This would be early on in the night. You're not doing it yet. This is early.
Okay.
My way of
For
saying,
now,
not
I
yet,
do
bitch.
not.
Not yet,
For
bitch.
now, I do not.
Eventually, whilst you guys are just like having your games, and Serenus, you just go from like some people, like you're eventually like having fun, like throwing things just against the wall, just out of boredom. And as you are, some people try to like goad you into losing money at games, and they're like, because they clearly see you like drunk and out of your ass. And it's a case where Wittig, you almost like stop your card game to go up and interrupt it, and you just watch him keep throwing darts, and he just keeps bullseyeing every time. And he just keeps going, "Did I win? Give me money." So you just sit back down, watching him just yeah, yeah. Wittig roll 2d8, Serenus roll 3d6. You earn 4 gold, you earn 12 gold. So, from your expenditures, you earn that much bonus on your night with your wonderful checks. As you guys, the night progresses, and there's definitely an energy in the tavern and in like the town itself that people are trying to keep spirits high in a place that just got heavily bombarded, lack of a better term. And it gets to a point maybe close to 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night, and Carrick just begins like doing the bird kind of tweets and whistles to himself throughout the. It literally just happened in the audio as well. I love it when that happens.
I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My brain just went bird machine.
Bird machine. Bird machine. So, Carrick eventually begins trying to keep people entertained for the night through use of cantrips, through simple illusions, and a few like small jips and songs. Nothing major. He definitely wouldn't rake in coin off of it, but it's one of those things where it's like you don't complain that the tavern has music, but you're definitely not going to go up and tip it either. And Lo
If
basically just begins tap dancing like a drunken bastard, and it's just him in the corner going, "That's nice."
Is there anyone who is like in the tavern with it? Is there like some big burly guys like drinking a lot? Somebody's drinking a lot.
Oh no, don't.
Yes, actually, there is. As you begin looking around, in the corner, there you just like begin hearing grunts, and then you just hear a boom onto a table of this really frustrated orc that just like kicks up, a kind of bald and like cut up face and head. One of his tusks is broken. Just throws a small like 10 or 15 like piece bag of gold like just onto the table, and there's just enormous antlered tiefling with a big, thick, heavy beard that goes down to maybe like just above the vertebrae, like just like the chest area, and brawny, muscular fella. He's just like sat there smiling. Oh, that was a great game there. Good wrestle. And it's clear that he's arm wrestling people, and this orc just just storms off.
Fucking is he Canadian there, bud?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's there.
Canadian, eh?
Oh,
Doing
he
his
is.
best
I know
there,
who.
eh?
I know who this would be, there, Ben, bud.
Oh, yeah, there.
I'm gonna go over and be like and go
Oh,
to
hey
the
there,
orc.
eh?
Trying to make a design for my next sword.
Yay!
So,
Like that.
do you guys been here long?
It's pretty much just like 2 or 3 people that have just like come around, more like just watching people, like watching this guy. Like there's a young half elf and a tabaxi, which is a kind of cat people. They kind of got like a leopard print like next to him. And if you know anything, like picture to give you like a broadness scale, picture like just a watered down version of the Iron Bull, but with antlers instead of just spikes for the size of this tiefling. Oh no, I've only been here a little bit, eh? Maybe a day or two. Didn't have a little
Fair.
boot well.
Fair. Do you drinking tonight?
The tankard's bigger than your head in front of him. Oh, I'm just having a little sip there.
I take a stool. I sit down. I'm like, I challenge you to a drink.
Oh.
See if you can drink underneath the table.
Ooh,
Oh.
if you want to try that there, bud, we give that a shot, eh? And you can actually see like he's got these like he's got his like arms exposed, and you can see like these really like think God of War or think Nordic designs, like kind of like runic symbols, and like also like very much so native to American, like kind of like tribal designs down the arms, and kind of like banded tattoos around, pretty much like almost sleeve, but they're intricate design all the way down. Make a history check whilst you're with disadvantage because you're already started. He's like, I can brain good. Nope. You can brain good. There's definitely a meaning to them, but you're not sure why. It's sorry. There's definitely like it's not like just random designs. There's definitely like a story being told on this sleeve, and it's all down like the left arm there. It's like, and he does have like a tankard there, but it's pretty much he looks to it goes, Oh, hey dear, can I get another big drink, dairy? Yeah, thank you. He just like lifts it up, and a barmaid comes down, pretty much wearing the quote unquote what will be a typical barmaid thing, like say just cut above, like just slightly above the chest height there, white thing that has like a little puff out to the sleeves, drapes down and goes into brown at the waist, and just down along that way. Then
Yes, we all saw what I was wearing at CoxCon, thank you.
Yeah,
it's the typical one. Fight me. You went basic, so I call you out.
I didn't
Oof.
pick the outfit!
Oof.
Right. Anyway, a young elvish girl, maybe like elvish equivalent of 20s, hair back, beautiful young thing, clearly the one who gets sent out to the front anyway, takes up the tankards and brings them back. And after like 2 or 3 minutes there of this guy just like sat across from you, and he's basically doing like the big hunched over shoulder thing, but he's got this big, almost not simple, but just a big content smile on his face. This entire. So, what's your name, dearie?
Just before that, can I like pretend to cough and cast enhanced ability of bear strength on myself?
To give yourself advantage on strain checks, is it?
Yes, to make myself look beefier than I actually am.
Come on, Serenus, you can do it!
Make a sleight of hand check to hide the fact that you're trying to do this. You're trying to hide the verbal and semantic components of this.
Normal disadvantage.
Straight roll. Straight roll. Okay, that's a good roll. That's a good roll. There was a burp just hanging in my throat that just would not come out. Okay. So
Shall I cast it?
you managed to cast it. Yep, cast it. Doesn't seem like anyone's noticed you. Kayak is definitely like, he's leaning on the bar right now, looking around at people. Definitely not perched, because he's definitely not trying to perch himself between like the legs of two bar stools. Like, perching is comfortable to me, but I also want to look cool at the bar. And he's just like watching this in a corner. Hello. I think Serenus is about to do something stupid. Let's go watch.
Yeah! Hang on. And sachet, and fling! Okay, I'm good.
So yeah, ball strength
You did
to make
both
myself
strength.
look beefier.
Yeah, and it gives you advantage on strength checks, doesn't it?
Yes.
If I'm correct.
Strength checks and my carrying ability is doubled.
So, as this is happening and you cast out the bull strength, the tankards eventually get brought back down. Like, you've got a tankard for a person, a big, decent sized one, very content. And then he just gets up. The kind of thing you have to grab to either hand, and it's a big oaken designed like hop to the actual handle of it, and he just like grips it around. So, do you want to try and drink this down in 1A?
So is mine a normal one? His is like the giant one. Can I just before the maid goes away? Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I replace this with that size one?
Are you sure about that, sir?
Yes.
Use your character. I'll pay for it. This is gonna be a show. So she takes up yours, and as like she walks away, character just like takes it from the thing and leaves like 2 silver onto the thing as it passes, and he just takes your drink, and definitely doesn't take like a little straw or something just to be like with it, because you can't fucking drink a normal tankard. It's a bit difficult. Eventually, you get the big mug, and it's pretty much like the hobbits in the Shire. It comes in pints, and it's just for them.
Yes.
And he's just like, "Oh, so we're going to try and do this in what age? Do you want to make this a bit competitive or something, eh?"
I put 5 gold on the table.
He takes 5 gold from his winnings against the orc. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. It's a more, eh?
Also, Ollie, you should have went Constitution rather than Strength. for your fucking.
Yes,
attribute
but
thing.
I had to look beefy. I had to look beefy.
Beefy doesn't do you
Let
good.
let him do it.
Also-
It's not going to help him. Just let him have
I know.
fun.
Also, Ollie doesn't play D&D very often, so he may not
I
have
don't
known.
matter. I didn't care. I wanted to look beefy.
You just
I know.
wanted to look like
Oh
Musk.
no, he's peacocking.
He's
Yeah.
peacock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hang on, that's my job.
We all know We all know that I just suffer from severe Napoleonism. So.
Right. When are we? Okay. We ready?
So we got to get this down to the bottom of the tankard, eh? So like, hey, little fella there, eh? And he just like points past Carrick to Low, because there's a moment where Low like Carrick when he's like pointing and Carrick's next to you, and he actually almost looks offended, like I'm not. Oh, you meant him.
He's not small.
I'm a big boy. Can you watch his tankard? Make sure once he finishes to go down to the bottom, eh? And you can watch mine. And he like points to the tabaxi behind him, and like they're mumbling to the half elf that's next to them, like mumbling clearly away to themselves. Okay, there, eh? So you and me, we're just gonna drink this down all the way, get down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Andy,
Gotta try and do it in
Hey.
one draft, eh?
Mhm.
do I
Yes.
need to roll anything?
Are you ready?
Depends what you want to do. If you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything.
I'm
I proceed. Oh, sorry.
Never mind. It's fine. I was trying to drop a hint to Das there, but it's alright.
No, you're fine. It's only if you want to do something, nothing else.
Okay.
So there's like a moment where you two are both looking at each other. You raise it up to the lips and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I pulled out a bottle of whiskey to do that.
There's
Regret.
method
Yeah.
acting, and then there's that.
So wait, what? So what am I doing? Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw. One from him and one from you. You begin chugging, and you feel at the first gulp, and the second gulp hits you, you go, "Oh no!" And then the third gulp hits you, and it's like, "I can't stop this unless I put this down. And if I put this down, I lose." Do you stop or do you keep going?
No, I keep going.
Well, after maybe halfway through, it comes back.
I chugged the vomit.
Oh, he's pulling the grunt. He's doing the
You
grunt.
gotta do it.
He's doing the grunt.
You gotta do it.
You rolled an 8, so you can't chug the vomit. Basically, like you go out to it. There's a bucket next to you, and you just straight into it. Almost like somebody knows this guy might do that, and you're just watching as you're like downing into like the bucket and that because you had a few other bits, and there's that moment of shookness of, you just watch him. Oh, sorry about that, but that was a good game. And he just like reaches over for the 5 and just takes it over to himself. You try to beat a barbarian at a drinking game.
Okay.
He like reaches over across the table and pats your head. Yeah, it was a good shot, eh? But you're a bit too light on the whole body frame for it.
How about we go double money on darts?
You mean like the dart game I saw you beat the other fellas at there earlier?
Okay then. Not darts. Pick a game.
Arm
Double
wrestling
money.
competition.
That's not a game.
He's like looking over, realizing that this is a guy who's currently like trying to get something. Like, arm wrestling. You want to try and beat me at one of those games?
Sure.
You've got advantage, though.
He does have advantage.
You could do it.
However,
Could do.
before that happens, I'm going to wild shape into a bear. I don't have strength. A bear's going to be stronger than I am.
This is
You watch as like Ollie steps away, turns into a bear, and is now just enormous muscular. Just like stumbles over to the table. There's like a moment where like he like leans back in confusion, and as everyone else does, until they realize you're just putting a big mitt onto the table. And he just and like the two people next to him look at him. He just puts up their hands, and it's basically just like okay, so he does this, and both the people beneath him go, And he just smiles. Okay then, you're giving me 10 once I beat you in this 8. And he like just puts his arm forward, and you put your maw forward, your big mitt, and you just like clasp them. And there's a moment where like Kairkas, all right, hang on, you two. Right, once I let go, you start. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. You get an inspiration dice because Kairk just uses inspiration on you there.
And that's going to be a +4 strength on the bear.
You don't have proficiency in athletics
So it's
as a
just a
bear.
d20 +4, but you've got advantage and you've got inspiration.
Okay, so it's a D20 plus 4.
So roll 2d20s first, using the dice roller on the side.
And he is going to rage to get advantage as well.
So you got 14 +4, and you've got the inspiration die. Which inspiration die is it?
D6.
So you can roll a d6.
So you got a 14.
18,
Okay, so-
unnatural 20.
That leaves you at an unnatural 20. In fairness, he did try to arm wrestle a bear. So you just watch as like it's like one of those things. It's one of those things of like the challenge has been put in front of me. I've got to try and do it. So he puts puts a hand out to the big mitt, and it's just a case of just mass overpowering it at that point, where he just bends it down further and further and further and further. There's a moment where like he pulls it back and then down onto the table, as the bear beats the tiefling at a game. He just like looks to you.
I'll just walk over. I believe what he's saying is, lads.
Oh, that's it. That's it. I got to admit, I've never arm wrestled a bear in Neverwinter, so hey, I can throw that off the bucket list. And there's your 10 for your little earnings.
No.
Also, apologies for people on stream if you are hearing a drill going on. I think that
No
my
one
neighbours
can,
are, doing
Yeah, I
doing
Yeah, I don't hear it.
DIY.
The only drilling we usually hear your neighbors doing isn't that kind.
So,
You're still a bear.
10. I'm still a bear.
I didn't think this far ahead.
Pretty much, yeah.
At one point, you're doing this, and you just hear like a little bell ringing at the tavern, like the top of the tavern, and there's just like this old muscle-bound half orc, just like grizzled old fellow with like this kind of thin gray beard, and he just looks at you and points at a sign. No pets, no animals, but next to no magic, except the cool, like literally this little paraphrase, except the cool shit.
This was cool.
Can I attempt to try and juggle something as a bear?
Make a performance check with disadvantage, because you are not a circus bear, you are a brown bear.
Oof.
You try to juggle your mug. It works about as well as you would expect a bear trying to juggle a mug. Just like flies off. And you just hear like the sound of as Carrot goes, who made that noise? Who did that? Wait, was that you? Do you have a faucet that does that? Wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me.
No, nothing in the voice box there for me. No.
Wow.
Whoops.
He's still looking at you and looking at the sign.
I believe what he's saying is, get out of it, right?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna go on my hind legs, this bear, and just slowly just shuffle out of the tavern.
You slowly, as a bear, shuffle out of the tavern.
I'll grab his tango and go. I'll make sure he gets this later. I'm buddy.
Hey, it's a good game off him anyway. What was his name there?
Serenus.
Yeah, Cernus is a creative fellow there. I do admire it.
He's alright, yeah.
You can call me Journey.
Right. It was good meeting you, Journey.
And you too. What's your name?
Wittig.
Wittick. That is a cool name, Wittick.
Yes, it was apparently given to me.
Your beer's stuck
given
in
to
the
me by my
door
master.
frame, by the way. And you like turn over, and there's just a bare ass trying to fit in the door frame, trying to squeeze through. It just can't fit. It just can't.
I just
quite
go
fit.
over and push him.
Make an athletics check to get the bear up the door.
I mean, does it matter with powerful build?
There are elements of it. You can definitely push him. It matters how much control you have over your push.
Go through the next building.
It's only a 12.
Okay, so instead of like shoving him through and breaking the frame, you grab him, pull his ass back a bit, twist him, and shove him out the door. It's like the dog with the stick. It just doesn't get just twisted a little bit. You can fit out. Sad bear noises.
How long does wild shape last for?
Another hour. Another 2 hours or something like that. It lasts for a few hours anyway. And it won't take long before guards go, a bear!
I shall get on top. Be like, all right, look.
I run.
He's heavy.
I won't talk
by
to
the way.
you, but in any case, this is so that the guards think that you're my pet. In terms of they won't fucking attack you. I'll take that as some sort of confirmation that yes, this is okay.
I then proceed to run at like as fast as I can into down the street.
Wittick, make an athletics check to hang on. Okay. I'm gonna say that for now, you're still on him. You're still fine.
Fuck.
But you haven't gotten to some of the more difficult areas of the city. And at points, it's probably going to get rough in the future, whilst this bear is in front of you going, rudge, 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 rudge.
Am I aware of the layout of the city at all?
Not really. You've not really been here often. Give you an idea, like compared to where you currently are in the city, like if I go to the map, you would be more or less to the west of where the bomb crater is.
Okay, so I stop moving for a second, and I stand up on my hind legs.
Wittick falls off.
Yeah. And then turn around to Witty and go,
Wittick, would you like to make an intelligence check to try and decipher what the fuck Ollie's trying to say to you?
Sure.
We had a
D&D.
plague doctor druid last time. This time we have a drunk.
This is peak D&D.
Ollie, what are you trying to convey as a bear?
So, do you know where the brothels are?
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
God.
Not that kind of bear!
Well, Wittick, you have had no reason to go to Ladies of the Night due to the fact of it's not programmed in, or you don't have the add-ons.
Oh God.
In creation, that was not one of the creations I was made for.
You were not made
we're
to
not given a
create.
vibration
I was
function.
not manufactured for that ability.
Oh,
Oh, good. So, yeah, he's asking you where the brothels are.
Can we just take a small moment to appreciate over 2 campaigns we've had 2 druids ask where the brothel.
this is true.
Oh, god damn it, yeah. What
Yep.
the f-
And both times, Nerun was with them.
What?
Why is it always Nerwin?
Nerun always is the hooker wingman.
Though to be
Well,
fair,
and
the
I'm
last
the
druid
bard,
wasn't going
And
not
to
being
I'm
a
the
be
bard,
conceiver.
and I didn't ask.
No, you got enough meat around you. You're fine.
It's true.
I have not gotten. I do not have the functionality for that, nor do I know where to go for that. And no, I am not asking a guard for you.
Sad bear noises.
Actually, hold on. As a bear, do I have enhanced senses?
Oh, God.
Oh God's sake.
Oh, that just.
Ollie, there's implications there that I want to change your alignment on, bud.
I'm drunk. Shh. So,
Everyone's chaotic neutral when they're drunk.
To be honest, though, yes, you have advantage on perception checks that rely on your sense of smell.
okay. Can I sniff the air and try and find if I can find the red light district?
Be a heavily
Off.
perfumed area, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, heavily perfumed.
Yeah, see,
I
you
hope
have to
that's what you're
specify.
sniffing for.
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what
I
I
am,
was
I am.
hoping you were.
I am,
That's what
don't worry, don't worry,
I was
I
like,
am.
that DC is gonna be stupid o'clock. Okay, the DC is still gonna be stupid.
Neverwinter's a big
Make-
city.
Yeah.
Winter is a massive city. Make a Blue. Get ready to put this on Tumblr. Make a perception check to try and sniff out the whorehouses.
Advantage or disadvantage? Advantage, disadvantage,
Contact
normal.
D&D.
Advantage.
You have advantage
bear.
because you're trying to sniff them out as bear.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Why?
Hey, before you judge, remember we were like this when Nemo did it, and he ended up surprising
Yes, but I
everybody.
guarantee you, Ollie is not doing that for that.
That's true, but you never know.
Hang on a sec. I'm just
Seeing
fixing something
the
for
fact
another player.
Ollie, in his description, while in the camera, went like that. I don't know.
One can hope.
Also,
I just want to
Stacey, I've
hug, you
changed
know,
that there
hug
so that you
people.
can
Right.
that you can toggle it.
Okay.
Okay, so Serenus,
Yes.
make a survival check to make your way to the red light district.
Normal
Bearing
or
in mind,
advantage?
normal, just lower DC because you rolled a successful save last time. Why can't you roll a 1 and just disappear into the fucking town for a while?
Because I am proficient in survival.
We don't need to go into detail about what happens.
No, we won't. Trust me, we won't.
Goodness.
No,
I
it's just
know,
the fact
I
of what's going
know,
on.
I know, but
You find it, and that's where it ends.
you find the elegant lace gentleman's establishment. Madame Elise Brynth is the presider over it. She is a seemingly elven woman. She's got like the pointed out ears and a very like thinned face, but thick black hair, and she seems to be the madame over this entire establishment, who looks to you and then points to the sign saying "No pets."
You can drop animal form, you are aware of that, right?
I
He
can.
does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can drop
You
it at
didn't
will! Oh, so
I
that's
did not
why...
know that.
So that's why you did all of that as a bear.
I kind of wanted to get some
Yeah, no,
action
you
as a
could-
bear, honestly.
you
I was
can-
kind of curious if anyone would.
You can drop bear form at will if you want.
Okay. So I drop bear form.
Ali, there's a reason people use the strategy of I turn into a mouse, jump into their throat, and then turn into a giant or a bear or an elephant.
I did
And
not
just-
know this. I know of it now. So yeah, I take out of my wild shape.
Okay. The minimum you're going to be spending in any one of these establishments due to the quality and care they provide to their ladies will be 50 gold.
I'll put 60 down.
That's your minimum. 60.
I'll go. Serenus, here's your money for arm wrestling. I'm gonna go back now.
Thank you. Oh, hold on, Wittick. Before you go, I proceed to go to Wittick's ass and hit his plunger to get to drink some alcohol from his tankard.
Oh god.
Wittick, this is a choice on your part, not something he can make you do.
What? This feels so
As soon as he goes
violating.
around,
You know
Behind
what
me.
he's about to try and do because he's drunk off his ass.
I will sweep his fucking legs and then continue walking away.
Fair. Ollie, you're too drunk.
That's
You have a
fine.
moment. You have a moment where you're knocked on your ass. You pull yourself back up, and the ladies of the night. There are many of variety, as well as many men. Many people who are neither. Many people who are both. The choices are yours. Have a nice little think on that, whilst other things go on.
As I stand up, I like push my hair back and things like that. Just
There's
like,
a moment where like she's looking towards you and like looking at the hobo who walked in with 60 70 gold or so, and like she just like motions over for somebody nearby who just snaps their fingers at you and you were just cleaned. It's like literally you just got dry cleaned. You're still drunk as shit, but you just got dry cleaned
ladies.
because they ain't letting a dirty boy in. You got to wash first.
I snap my
It has-
fingers and go, ladies, and that's where I'm gonna leave it for the second.
If you call me lady
Wait.
like that again, I will rip your arms off myself. Now you can go start looking at the girls. Or boys, whatever you choose. And that's where Madame Elise glares at you and you go, those aren't human eyes. And we leave it there.
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot.
Wick, your master warned you there'd be days like this.
Serenus
He would
is
say
literally
something very
going to be
similar.
found a mauled corpse.
At least if I have a great night, you know.
Fed to pigs out back.
There's a line from a Terry Pratchett book which is literally, always remember to tip the doorman, boys. He keeps out the riffraff.
Wittig just on his way back to the bar. I gotta remember, Master told me never trust the druids. They do silly things.
Mate, the way I'm going, I'm surprised I'm not a bard, honestly.
It's still early.
Speaking of bards, you can make that
Hi.
roll privately to me if you want.
Is this saving throw or
This wouldn't be a saving throw. This would be a either check or one of the skills you're proficient in with charisma.
right? It will be. Because what did we decide? Was it going to be wisdom charisma?
For a pretty face?
Yeah.
For a pretty face, it would be wisdom to resist. But to entice, it'll have to be charisma. But first, we'll see if you have just lost your will. So make a wisdom.
Because that was what I wanted to check. But I was trying to be polite. So,
Yes, you were very polite while the man went off to the whorehouse. You resist temptation as much as you choose to.
Eh.
Why am I drinking this like this? I don't know.
because.
Hmm.
Because
Good
there's,
year.
because there's too many bards in this chat.
There's too many parts is fucking right, and there's only two.
Hang on. What? How's the song? There's too many bards on the dance floor.
There is. There really is.
Can I chime in?
Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No, because the cleric used thaumaturgy and it
I
bust
thought
the
you were
fuck
gonna say-
open.
I thought you were going to say druids and their whores.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Wittig, it'll be about 2 a.m. by the time you get back to the tavern. You'd expect taverns like this to get quieter because, people will be getting out. But this is a night where you can already see there's another cart coming up and people are taking off more loads of kegs to take him around back. And you can already hear, let's.
Foxconn.
Hey.
Where, and as you come in, you can see Kairk floating about 5 feet off the ground. He's got a pole in his claws, and he's like got his legs stretched far out, and he's just lowering it down further and further, and people are trying to limbo under it.
Oh,
And
Lowe's
he's just
gonna
there
try
above
and do
them.
that.
He's there under him, going, "How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go?"
How low can you go? How low is low? How can you go? How low is low?
Ironically, he would be awful at this game because of the antlers.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's still gonna try because he's cocky git.
Oh, bless
Well,
him.
the other thing is mainly because I imagine you're in your elf form right now.
Yes.
The thing is goes to underneath. The thing falls. It's just like, wait, what happened?
No,
Everyone's
no,
like,
they actually end up
sec."
hooking on an antler, and they just like go with him.
Oh no,
uh,
baby.
Lo tries to like weird, like, "I'm using my mind. Look at it, follow me." Meanwhile, Carrick is still holding on to it, going, "Get out from
Follow
under
the
my
axe,
legs
follow
without my
the axe.
permission. Get out from under my legs without permission. Out."
Yeah, but
Right.
no, you know it's like the name. Yeah,
I get it as like the name, but you're taking my stick away. Don't take stick.
Your stick.
well, I'll go back to cards.
Stop touching my stick.
It's your stick.
My stick. So you go back to cards. You eventually watch, in some sort of semblance of a group, Journey, Kair, and Lo all leaving together.
Right.
This is about 3 a.m.
So it's Journey's stick.
I don't know who just did the thud, but thank. It's not going to be the only thud. Kika, about 5 a.m. Lo does the shh, 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 door, work with me, door, shh. Thank you, door. Okay. It's and like there's a moment where you're hearing it, and then he just goes, and then you don't hear anything. It's has kind of silent himself like. God, silence would be so useful for sneaking in drunk.
Yeah.
Imagine sneaking in.
I can picture some wizard just coming up to the bar and say, "I gotta cast silence."
Be quiet. I'm going to cast silence.
She's aliens.
I feel
I'm
the
actually gonna
cast
make him do
otherwise.
a concentration check to just be able to pronounce concentration with a slur, with a beak. Concentration.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Basically, whenever they were leaving, I would probably be like, yeah, it's probably time to head back and get to.
You head back, and you probably get back to yours by about 6 a.m. yourself. Because you do just like play more cards. You lose some, you win some. It balances out evenly enough.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let's make him do a constitution saving throw. Yeah. Carrick manages to concentrate enough in like the seconds of being that drunk of going. And then there's just like a moment where he's clearly like his beak is moving, going, "I make no sound." Yes. And he just like stumbles in. And whilst you can't hear him, you can now hear the door, which he thinks because he's silenced, he's muted himself as well. He can't hear anything. He's like, "Yes, bang, into bed." No one has noticed a thing. You just see him
One
giggling in bed.
One thing I would say is if Loyal is drunk, he will still be trying to dance while walking. So
Yes,
so if
he is a
he's
drunk. He's a drunk walker.
so if he's coming in, you will probably
We're not going to be the same room. You're going to
just
be off on your own point, or you're going to
yes,
wake up in somebody else's bed.
indeed. I am letting you in control of this because if
Yeah, you're
loyalty
off.
is
You're off in
drunk,
someone
I
else's
am in
bed
her.
right now. Don't you worry. You're off in
Yeah.
someone else's bed.
I can only imagine Kika does the whole thing of like lighting a candle and like, where do you think you were?
Aw.
Not even that. She's like literally just like relieved and is like, okay, I can go to sleep now.
You're very tired. You were up very late. But he had that moment of like coming in, like, yes, nobody noticed, and he closes the door. He hasn't even noticed, like he hasn't been aware of you there, and he like turns and he's like got that pose of like the leg up, like, oop. I thought
The
you were
cat
gonna
just
sleep.
says at top of its voice, "Open the door! Open the door!"
The raven just goes, hello.
Hello.
You're at
Hello.
loaf.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi! 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 Fuck! Hi!
Who taught this bird fuck?
Glory from another plane going, wait, another bird's been told fuck. Who did it?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm slow on the uptake. But you know that vine of the guy who walks into the top of the door lintel? Duh, 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 duh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Loyalty's
Dun,
horns.
dun, dun.
Fucking
Basically.
fucking Wii Store soundtrack.
Dun, 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 dun. I didn't think you'd still be up,
Of course I am.
but you need
But
sleep.
I was worried.
You didn't need to worry. I was fine. Look, Loyalty found a new friend. Serenus turned into a bear. Tried to arm wrestle a druid or tiefling. Yeah, he was a tiefling. Big tiefling. He was like big tiefling. And then he was like
I was a
pointing,
big
"Hey, you
bear."
small person!" And he pointed at Lo, but I thought he pointed at me, and I was like, "No, but I'm big." And he was like, "Oh," and then Serenus actually won the arm wrestling, and then Wittig rode him off into the sunset, and we don't know where they went to. But then he came back. Wittig did, and I think Serenus is okay. And then Wittig was playing cards. Wittig's playing a lot of games of cards and doing okay with them, and he's having fun, and that's fun, and that's cool. It's cool. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just like reaches over, squitchy, 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 squitchy. He's not rough, but it's one of those things of like, you could tell I am doing this with effort.
Well,
Hi.
you're back now, so I can go to sleep.
You should have been asleep already. And he does like the lean thing in, like every word is an emphasis as he leans in a little bit closer, and then you just get the waft. It's literally the face of fucking Wimdy. Him, you stinky.
Okay. Well,
Oh dear.
Sleep. It's like point at you, like almost like you need to sleep.
you need to sleep as well.
But I was out drinking. No responsibility. Boom. Into the bed, not yours, his own. And he just curls himself up, and he's just like.
I imagine like Wittig knocks on the door when he gets back, just checking in.
There's Kika. there's just Karik just like rolled, like as if like his feathers have almost like rolled in a spiral around themselves. It's like, and he like pokes his head up like, Wittig, you're a good friend. I like you.
I have like pitcher of water.
Puts blanket.
Yeah, just walk over with like a pitcher of water. Open. Pour a little bit of water. To drink a little bit of water.
It's literally like the cockatoo and the chocolate fountain of.
Oh god.
That's why I'm going very slowly with the water, just to not drown him. Just like okay, and then put blanket over. Good night. Very, very lightly.
He did wrap himself. He did wrap himself up, but he didn't wrap himself in the blanket. He just literally coiled himself up into his feathers.
Hi.
Puts blanket over top. Hi.
Hi.
We're going to sleep now.
Hi.
Do you want to stay or do you want to go back to King?
Cat nest down with.
Okay, you can stay here then.
Right.
Can you say
We're
good
going
night?
to go.
Night.
Good night.
Oh yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Close enough. I'm going to
Good night.
sleep. And I go to sleep.
Which just
Oh,
walks
my
back out.
heart.
And back downstairs to give this back to
3 minutes. Yeah, 3
to
minutes.
the-
I like
later.
how
Last
I like
dead
how
silence.
like
Good night.
Wittig has just become Big Brother. It's just a case of I've got to watch all these
Water.
assholes.
Aww.
Water. Okay.
He's so good.
And then it's out.
Kika,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to sleep,
Oh,
you have your
fuck.
normal, usual happy dreams. And then you wake up at the end of it. So you're like, you usually you stayed in late because you went to sleep late to get your balance out.
Mm.
And everyone wakes up, and there's a moment like you wake up, you look over, how's he getting on? And it's just like characters, just like from where like he was in a really like elegantly crafted ball. There's just like one leg stuck out, feathers are all over the place, and he just like, pokes his head like, ah, kill me, kill me. Why did I do this?
Gets the remainder of the jug of water and tips it over his face.
When you woke up, you notice that Cat's just hidden his head under your.
Oh.
He's just all comfortable. When you move, it's like, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to wake you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Another cat is preventing Blue from moving.
Sadie! I need you to be a prop!
Ow.
Wow.
I imagine whenever people come down, Wittick's just sitting there playing solitaire.
He's
I'm
just-
sure
he's
at this
just
point
working
Wittig
his
can put down in
algorithm
his yeah, his like rhythm of it.
out. No, algorithm.
Um Lo eventually makes his way back to the place where you're all staying. You're like all staying around the same place. His hair's a mess in his elven form, which means this was by choice, more or less. Meaning the other form must be dreadful right now. And both him and Carrick, like when you guys like come down, like people are talking normal, I was just here. Shh, shut up. Get motherfucking hangover.
Actually, with my alchemist supplies, can I try to make a hangover cure?
Make a
Oh.
medicine
Ooh.
check.
Not bad.
You were already making some whilst everyone was down. And it's a mixture of like coffee grain and something that is very good at just like, kind of like not a pore cleanser, but like, kind of nostril spreading kind of like smell into it.
So
And
it's warm.
like it's very warm, like very good head relief and everything like that.
Small shot,
And-
hair of the dog.
Basically, except it's like none of it's alcoholic, and it's like a moment where
Yeah.
Carrie's like, "Come to me, nectar of life," and he like does that, and he like clearly drinks it back, but there's a moment where he's just like, Huh?
Okay.
"I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good."
Oh no,
I'm good.
I'm doing.
I'm
Sorry,
good.
out of character. I'm doing a thing. I've got two K's now. I've got Kayuk and I've got K as in crows.
See, I had this problem when I made Kaylee, and I was like, you can't nickname me K because then we'll get confused with actual K.
I could call him C.
Yeah, because I imagine Roman would have shown Wittig. Oh yes. Whenever
You
I've fought,
you have learnt from Roman Nomarin, Ashk, and others how to make the good alcohol cures, especially when those are people who try to outdrink Harshnag. So yeah, and as you guys are all there, um, Serenus eventually makes his way in. His right eye is black, and he's got a broken nose.
Oh my god, what happened? Are you okay? What happened? Oh, oh,
I
see that you
don't know,
right.
but good night. Yeah.
oh no, no, no,
look,
no, 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 no.
I mean,
So
I
something
can
happened.
talk because I can't. Well, I mean, I don't. That happened, but okay.
Well, I mean, last time I saw you, I left you with antlers, so, and then I made my way back. I don't know what the fuck happened to
The
you.
Yeah.
last thing I can remember was I was a bear. I was riding into the. I was smelling for something. No, I was smelling for something. Yeah, and then the
Which
rest is a
bear?
bit of a blur.
Well-
Sounds witch bear, because you're already kind of, you know.
He's a twonk at best.
Oh no, no. I mean like a physical bear, like
Like Rar bear or
yeah, like a raw bear.
Like a brown
And
bear.
yeah, and he gestures as a bear.
Like a bear that lives in the forest.
okay,
And
okay,
it's-
okay.
Yeah, that
okay.
bear.
Okay, you can do that.
Any potions? This nose is really hurting, actually.
What the fuck did you do, man?
So, I'm guessing, as I walk over to him and basically reset his nose and do a little bit of
Ooh.
lay on hand,
Thank you.
I'm guessing you fucked something up at the brothel that I left you at.
You went to
Well,
a
that's
what?
one way of putting it.
Serenus, look at you, man. You didn't need to go to a brothel.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. All I want to
Well,
say.
I mean, right now, the state of you probably shouldn't go to a brothel again if that's what they left.
I'm somehow cleaner than when I went out.
I know, it's weird. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
except for the blood and this, like, mud on your shoulder.
It's good night. Good night. Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
I just like to,
Wait.
I just like to imagine as he wanders off, you realise he's wearing a saddle on his back.
No, but his back is definitely sore.
Alright then.
There could be multiple implications by that, depending on how filthy your mind is. He could have just fallen on his back during the night. He was drunk.
I think we broke Blue.
I mean, I know I also swept his fucking legs out from him because he tried to do
True.
something
That's true.
and I did not like it.
Shh.
oh god. I. Oh god, this is.
You what?
How can I put this in a way that
Oh no! Wait,
This is
I
in
know,
character.
no,
This
no,
is
I
in
know,
character. This
Yeah,
is in
this is
character.
coming from Kairk, and he knows. He's like,
Okay.
oh, I know. Oh no. Oh.
Okay, I'm not saying
I guess
anything.
you. Hey, Lo, you been on a journey, eh? He's just sliding in his chair, laughing too hard.
Lo is kind of visibly uncomfortable,
Been on a journey.
trying to brush the hair back, sort of just being overly meticulous, checking the cuffs and everything.
Who's the drunkest person in the room?
Well, they're mostly hungover at this point, not necessarily drunk.
Oh, hungover, sorry.
Of all of them, it was probably Kerk who did the most drinking last night because he didn't. He like left low and journey at about 4, and then proceeded to pub crawl his way back.
Hey.
Cat will go right up next to him and just go very high pitched. Hi, hi.
No.
Did you teach them that?
Yes, sorry. I just sort of like scoops the bird. Sorry, I didn't have anything to
No.
do, sir.
That's too cute.
It's still loud.
That's too cute.
Why is everything still? And then you guys just hear a big bang, and he just goes, "Oh my ears!" And same with Serenus, and same with Lo. Your ears just ring, and there's just like in the corner giggling, and there's just a corner to himself just giggling, like children. As you just look over, and there is Nezanar, sat legs up on a chair. Basically like he's doing the strider. He's in the corner looking towards you guys. It's just like snapped out his fingers. To be young.
Oh, good, you're here.
I am.
Not cool, dude. Not cool.
Neither is riding a bear through the middle of the night.
I'm
Neverwinter.
not,
Well-
not responsible for that. Just.
No, you rode a
phrasing,
different
just-
bear.
Oh God, you know too.
I know everything that happens in the city.
Oh.
Mostly just because I could tell from Carrick's reaction about 5 minutes ago and yours. It's kind of obvious. My job to be able to read people.
Uh,
I mean, I'll look at Nezanar. The main reason I was riding on top of him,
To steer him?
yes,
Yeah,
and to keep
no, I
him
got
away
that.
from people.
There's a reason I didn't trank him in the middle of the night, but he
That's
did get. But you are now barred from the red light district, so
Good job, Serenus.
don't go back,
As I,
Cernus.
as I clap my metal hands.
Ding,
Ting,
ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding,
Is that-
ding.
is that why my nose is broke?
It's not me anyway who did it, but I had to. After a few guards went, I went and poked my head, and well, you kind of made a mess of it.
Hey,
How bad?
on the bright side, it's not broken anymore because we
Don't
fixed
go
it.
back to the brothel, or any brothel. You've been barred from them all.
Damn, this is just like before.
What the fuck did
What?
you do?
Considering
What
you're a
the
young
fuck
man,
did you do?
he doesn't remember. I think, and I think
Yeah.
it's going to be better for you all if he doesn't. Just
Yeah.
go around the red light district in the future. Don't go in, or you will be torn apart next time.
Okay. Okay.
Well, not you guys.
Noted.
You're all fine. Him probably ripped to shreds.
I take out a small little like just for some reason I have a piece of paper just in my thing and I kind of like note down something on it, put it back
No
in,
red light in Neverwinter.
and then like above it is a few. I'm not going to say what, but there is like 2 others above it. Put it back in.
Oh wow.
Considering there
I
aren't
imagine,
many
like, the very
brothels.
last page of like his journal, just okay.
List of
Well,
places
the
I can't
band
go
from-
to.
It's like the Simpsons trying to plan out a new holiday in the States. It's like, no, we can't go there. They've barred us for life. They've barred us for life. They've barred us for life.
You said everything is fine. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, fine. Fine.
Okay, can the drunks just go over into the corner for a minute? I need to talk with the sober folk for a minute.
Sure.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay.
He gets up and he's got like something just like behind his back as he steps forward. And he steps forward towards Kika, Runara, Wittick, and he just like steps forward towards you guys and King.
King's back from the library.
Oh no, well, it depends whether or not you are. I presumed you might have been with the bird there. Are you not there?
No, I don't think I was because I've got to spend like
No,
20
that's
hours
fine.
doing all this research.
That's fine. You would have probably clocked out 15 of those by now. Um, but he comes up anyway to the sober people that are still here. You're you got a mission from the king, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to do me a favor when you're on your travels, if that's okay. Because
Yeah.
are you going north first? Are you?
I'm not sure we decided yet. I think maybe we were. DM, can you bring the world map, please?
Believe we planned on going to the north before winter.
Yes, because winter was coming. Heh, jokes.
Yeah. Just stop.
I need you. I need you to do me a favor, if you don't mind. I heard something a while back, just a few days ago, but everything happened and I couldn't go myself, and I definitely can't go now with all the tension. There's a small mage school in Luskin. Um, the Scribes Academy is what it's called. I need you to go, uh, and I have a small letter that is for the headmistress only. She'll know my symbol is on it. Don't open it. And I have a small box. I just need it brought. And I need you to ask her, and you can ask this to any of them, but the question will eventually go to her and she'll come to you anyway if the letter doesn't work. Are the lilies in bloom? Ask her that and give her this box. And I say this with utmost sincerity and extreme warning. This box is locked. Like you can see, there's a big heavy lock, and it's like a small like metal case that comes over, like it's a lid that will open back with a little latch to the front, and a big heavy iron lock onto it. This is locked. I have one key. She has the other, but it is also magically charged. If you pick the lock and if you open it without its command word, which I don't give, it's very dangerously warded. You are not to open this under any circumstances. I just need that box brought, and I need you to please ask, are the lilies in bloom? And whenever you can, get back to me. If something, she'll explain from there if something has gone wrong. She'll tell you, and then you can come back to me, because I'll need to go. But if it isn't, just continue about your journeys. If you don't come back to me in 2 weeks, I'll presume everything's fine. But I need you to please let me know if something goes wrong. It's very, very important to me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. I need that. I don't ask much from you at all, Kika, but I really need you to go there and ask this question and give her this box, give her the letter. Are the lilies in bloom? And she should say they're blossoming and they're beautiful and they're healthy, which is what is important.
Okay.
So if you can do that for me, it'll be greatly appreciated. I still have to keep my eye to this city right now with the eagerness, it seems, of Helm's Hold to kick up a stink, and with Gregor gone to dispose of some beast that got mentioned to him by everyone inside in the keep, he's going to go be Gregor. And I pity any poor thing that he's been aimed at. But that's very important, and thank you. Thank you for that. If you come back to me, I'll have a few things prepared. A few small little trinkets that I have like, for my own supplies that I can give to you guys as recompense. See it as like one of those little quests where, oh, go get this and bring back to me this stuff, and I will give you these things. It's nothing major, but I just would really appreciate it. And Kika, Vidic, you're some of the few people in the city I can trust to go afield
So
right
what
now.
you're saying is this is a side quest.
I don't do those the things with the kids with the little tabletops. I know I don't do those. No,
But,
it doesn't make sense.
but we have to. So we have to go north to try and find something, and Luskin is on the way. Like,
Yeah.
if this isn't going well, do we turn around or do we go and continue to get the thing that we're supposed to be getting?
She should have a means to contact me if things aren't going well. But if things haven't gone well, she will have already told me. I've gotten no word for a while for a checkup, which is meant to happen. So I just need you guys to check for me, please.
Okay. So
And
if we
Wittick,
get there and things aren't good, we can keep going?
Pending.
she should have means of contacting me. If something has happened, she should have the tools there that you should be able to contact me with. I've got one end of something that's not been responded to for a while, and I want to find out why.
Oh, I think I get it.
Yeah, so I need you to do that for me as well. And Wittick,
Yes.
your particular uh, clergy capabilities for detections may need to be kept sharp in Luskin. Aside from the Scribes Academy, there are other schools that dabble in elements that are considered taboo. So only the Scribes Academy are you to go to. It's not a prominent school. It doesn't have a great deal of libraries or information like anything you guys would know. You're going to find the basic things there. It's teaching kids. But I need to know she's okay, the headmistress. I need to know she's okay. And yeah, her.
And if she's not,
She should have the means somewhere in her office. And my own letter should be enough for you to go into the office, even if. And if it isn't, get creative.
But not to the point of vandalism. Pending the thing that happened.
I'm aware of the fact that I am sending a bunch of kids, which means vandalism could occur.
I will try my best to keep them at bay.
And he like literally as he's saying that, just like points to the left, and there's all just the people with the head hangovers, just like looking into mugs. Just,
Again, I said try. Keyword.
I'm sure you will do your admirable best. Okay. Thank you. And Wittick, he like motions for you to follow him for a sec,
Okay.
and he just like takes you away from everyone else. Now we can't really do it because of the channel, but for the sake of ease, he just says, "Do me a favor."
Oh my god, did his
are
thing
you
just
serious? Did his internet
Did his
just
thing
drop?
fucking
Are you
drop?
serious? Did his internet
Oh,
literally just
bruh.
drop?
That timing!
I thought he was typing, honestly.
So did I. Did his internet genuinely just drop?
But it's still shown as online.
Will
on my-
Wittick ever know?
Right.
Find out
It'll
in the
take-
next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
It'll take a couple of seconds for him to DC if his internet has dropped. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Wittick. Also,
Yeah, I guess we could take a break if yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. I'm mute the stream, and hopefully Das will be back by the time we return. Couldn't make it up. Couldn't make it up at all.
Guess whose internet died? It's me.
Whoops.
Do-do-do-do-do. Oh well.
Internet died. Rip.
So apparently it dropped at a peak moment of Wittig, I need to go speak with you for a moment.
Naren, you with us?
Yeah.
He's just like, am I looking at head, hair, or beard? What am I? It's like, which side is facing us right now? So Wittig, he takes you like away from the drunkards and away from everyone else. I need you to. Everyone else is telling me to drop it, but I need you to just handle an old man's power. Yeah, please. There's something about the one with the red hair. Setting it off. Posy one. Something about it. I don't know what it is. But I just want you to keep an eye. It's like a familiarity, but not. I remember people. Just make sure she does anything weird. Keep her to the eye. That's all I really need you to do.
Speaking of Posey, I haven't seen her all day.
She hasn't come back yet, has she? I'm sure you'll find her soon enough.
I'm back. What I miss?
We're just wrapping up, Ollie.
Okay.
Just a hand goes against Serenus's face. Back over there. Back.
Huh?
I will turn you into a fly for your day, Shoo.
I'm just gonna like I found some kind of food in the kitchen. I'm just like ooh.
Just
And
pick,
I'm just gonna
pick something up and goes, I sure hope this is edible because I'm going to eat it.
I mean that's exactly what got in front of me. I've just microwaved something. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's food. I mean,
art imitates life.
It's been stuck in the freezer for like 4 months. The packaging kind of went from I don't really know. It looks like hot dogs, so I'm just gonna think it's microwave hot dogs and take it from there.
Okay.
Continue, DM.
Dorf is confused.
And this man wonders why he's sick all the time.
Indeed.
So, just if you can do that for me, Wittig, just an eye. That'll be very important.
Yeah, I can do that.
Especially, with Kika and everything. She can handle herself, but
Do it that way. Do it that way.
I'm gonna stab both of you.
We're literally gonna finish in like 2 minutes.
Okay, have your bit of foods. You do whatever you need to do. And I'm gonna be still in town. But she has access to send word again. You remember everything I said to you and Kika, yeah?
Yeah.
What did I
Get
say
there
to you and
check
Kika
the
then?
place out. If she's there, if not, letter should be well enough.
Okay. What did I ask you to ask her?
Are the lilies in bloom?
Yes. Good. Wonderful. And you can tell, there's like a anxiousness to him as he's talking to you, but as you're reassuring, I'm trusting you on this. I know you're capable, but emphasis on important. And gather up your group whenever you can. Remember to go around as well. Wrap up because you're going northward, especially with the Aracochrans. They're gonna freeze up there.
Yeah.
It's not winter yet, but it's still cold enough for them. So I'm just
Dude,
blown away.
it'll be fine. Fine, it'll be fine.
Why did you come over here? I brought him away to have a conversation by myself.
Sorry. Sorry.
He's just like
Ain't no
he like
place
his
Hand
head poked.
against
He
Lucy's
just-
face.
Sorry.
What is it? What is it with the drunks coming over? One than the other.
Sorry, that's my fault.
I hand loyalty the hangover cure. Here, go over there with that.
Honey, it's fine. It's rolling with it. There's no shame in it. Just a bit of a giggle.
Just to have
Have
fun.
a giggle. Have a giggle.
Uh,
Get them ready. See if anyone's got any supplies like potions or anything like that in town. Chipet and Whittick.
yes.
Good luck.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need it.
I'm sure you're gonna be fine. I've seen a misfit you before. Definitely like you, but not like you. Why does the druid have his hand raised?
While they're talking, while everything's going on, it's edible, guys. It tastes all right. We're in the clean.
Never let him cook for you, under any circumstances.
I mean, I don't eat, so I'm fine.
Never let him cook for the group.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be. And he just like does like the shoulder pat thing, and he makes his way out.
Okay.
And as Nezanar leaves, you're all set about. We're going to end the session there. As the innkeeper's personal familiar, which is a little chubby golden conic form with itty bitty wings, just floats about the place.
Flies like a bee.
It's adorable.
Yes.
Alright, well, thanks for that, guys. Sorry about the abrupt end, but it can't be helped because that's how life is sometimes.
It
Yep,
works out anyway because we don't have everyone here to continue.
Yes. It's, we won't have a session next week because I am away on holiday.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop.
So, 2 weeks' time, we're gonna start our adventure.
Hell yeah!
And we're going near.
Adventure. Adventure.
So, we'll
Okay, Blue.
see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, folks. I'll say this though: this session can only be called lads.
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 Good night, lads.
Oh, sorry. Let me translate.
Right. Good night.
night.
God bless. Take care.
Good night, everyone.
I'm